So, ולא נפשנה לגב שננים, הבוז ליגיונים. Together with our prayers for our soldiers, for our hostages, for all of us, for all of Klal Yisrael, let us also give some tzedakah, so we'll have tefillah, prayer, tzedakah, charity, and a Dvar Torah, which is our best weapon. This is the weapon of light against darkness. And definitely we're going through some very dark times. And I'm particularly at this moment reflecting on the assassination attempt, which happened yesterday, on former President Trump. And I shudder to think, if God forbid, that bullet would have been just 1 or 2 millimeters closer, how this would have an effect on the entire world. And let's remember that the immediate cause of World War I was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in 1914. So this brings me to reflect, and as I just said, on what one person can do. What one person can do in a negative way, and from that obviously we have to learn how much more we can accomplish in a positive way. So this brings me to the Rambam. My mother this in the Laws of Tshuva, chapter 3, halacha Dalet, says the following. There he talks about Rosh Hashanah, about the sound of the shofar of Rosh Hashanah. But when we think about the sound of the shofar of Rosh Hashanah, this is also regarding the sound of the shofar of Mashiach and how we should react to it. Because we hear the sound of the shofar of Mashiach. The sound of the shofar of Mashiach are all the events which are happening today in the world, how all these events are a wake-up call that Mashiach is coming and we better be ready. And listen to what the Rambam says. Uri yesheni mishenaschem v'nirdomim, hirkitzu mitar demaschem, v'chipsu v'maasechem v'chizru b'tshuva v'zichu b'yorachem. Says, wake up, sleepy ones, from your sleep and from your slumber. Arise, inspect your deeds, repent, and remember your Creator. And the Rambam continues, Hibitu lenafshesechem v'tivu dachechem. Look at your souls, improve your ways and your deeds, and let every one of you abandon his evil paths and thoughts. And then he says the following powerful statement. Lefichach, and therefore, Tzorich kol adam sheyira atzma kol lashona kula. A person should look upon himself the entire year, ki ilu chetzyo zakai v'chetzyo chayev, as equally balanced, 50% merit and 50% negative, 50% sin. But himself, and the same is also v'chein kol olam chetzyo zakai v'chetzyo chayev. And the same thing is true, you should reflect the entire world finds itself on a balance, 50-50. And he says, if the person, God forbid, does one sin, then what happens? He tips the balance for himself and for the entire world to be guilty, and God forbid, to bring about destruction for himself and the entire world. But then he says, Osa mitzvah achas. If he does one good deed, he performs a mitzvah, then harechia es atzmoi, he tips his balance. Veskol oilam kula, in the entire world, lekaf schus, for merit. V'goram loyu lehem teshua v'hatzalah, and he brought about deliverance and salvation to himself and to the entire world. And this is the meaning of tzaddik yisoid olam. The tzaddik is the basis, foundation of the entire world, and everyone could be the foundation of the entire world. One act, one deed, just one more mitzvah, and we will have the Geula.